Welcome back to the Brady Oliveira show. You just can't stop him, can you? Brady Oliveira does it again. Brady Oliveira would not be stopped. And Brady's not going anywhere.
Brady Oliveira, Winnipeg Blue Bomber. What does it mean for you to still be with this team?
Yeah, it's special, living out a childhood dream and making sure that I have another 2 years to live out that dream, right? So it means a lot to me. I have a lot of ties, obviously, within Winnipeg and the community, especially in that locker room. You know, there's so much continuity still in the guys and the coaching staff and the organization, and just to be a part of that organization still means a lot to me.
How stressful was the process?
Yeah, extremely stressful. It was, probably the first time I actually got to see how this business works. Going into this is my third contract. With the last one I did, it was a basic, right? Like, still having to prove myself, but now, coming off the season that I had and having some leverage power in negotiations, you really see that it's a business, and it doesn't always work out that you're going to be with the same team for your entire career, and that's what I'd wished. It was stressful because lots of conversations with other teams and not Winnipeg. When Winnipeg hopped back into the conversation, my mind was a little bit more at ease, and I just really wanted to get the deal done. And the money wasn't going to pull me elsewhere.
Some of those numbers were reported. Seeing some of those numbers, did it ever tempt you?
When you saw those numbers coming out, I was like, wow, I have to look at this, because I really thought the reality is that I was going to end up elsewhere. I really thought there was a strong chance that I was going to, be a BC Lion this upcoming season for the next 3 years, right, is what was on the table.
How excited was your mom when you signed with Winnipeg?
Yeah, she was ecstatic. I'm a mama's boy, and when I gave her that news, like, hey, I'm gonna sign back with Winnipeg, just ecstatic, like super pumped that I was gonna be back and be home and just be around all my family and friends.
What does it mean, what she's done for your career?
Yeah, my mom has been, a pivotal role in my life. Obviously the way I grew up, the things that me and my siblings had to experience, and my mom being our backbone and supporting us through it all. Raising 3 kids by herself isn't easy by any means, and she found a way to keep us busy, keep us in sports, and keep us out of trouble. So I owe it all to her. And growing up, I used sports as motivation to stay hungry and to stay out of trouble. And my why was always my mom. Do it for her.
Mom, I love you. I've been through a lot. I love you.
Let's chat about the end of last season and just another heartbreaking loss. How hard was that one to digest at the end of the season?
It was tough. I still haven't even been able to watch that Grey Cup game. Still just a sour taste in my mouth. We expected to win. Of course, every single game you expect to win, but it was just something about this game. We had such a good game plan, and we were locked in throughout the week, and the confidence that we had to go out there and to be great like we've done all season. Then you go out there and you don't get the result that you want. It's a terrible feeling.
And then you split to Bali. All your worries went away. What was it like being there for 2 months in your off season?
Yeah, it's incredible. I continue to do these trips every single off season, and I feel like I put so much energy into this sport. I love this sport. I give so much to it, so much to the city, to the organization, and most importantly, to my teammates every single week, that by the end of the year, I'm drained. And so I feel like I go to these, warmer climates and these beautiful parts of the world, and I just get rejuvenated with all this energy, and it's exactly what I need in that time, so that when I come back to Winnipeg, I'm like a full charge iPhone, like battery. I'm at 100%, and then by the time the end of the season comes, it's like, okay, time for your trip again. And also mixing in, the animal rescue work that I'm doing, and been going to Bali the last 2 years and raising money for charities out there, organizations, putting on sterilization clinics, doing street feeding. So it's been very productive. My girlfriend and I have been doing this the last 3 years, going to different parts of the world and rescuing dogs.
The dog rescue. I mean, this has been heavily documented at this point and everything that you've done, but how nice is that during the season as well, to know that you still get to do what you love outside of football and help all these animals?
No, it truly does mean a lot. If there's a day off or football's getting, too hectic in the mental and I need something to, do something that brings joy into my life, okay, well, I can go to the local shelter, I can go to the Winnipeg Humane Society, I can go hang out with puppies, I can raise some awareness, highlight a dog on my socials to get adopted, go to a community and assist, rescue some dogs, bring them back to Winnipeg. So things like that just fills my soul with joy. Although you see some things you wish you can unsee, at the end of the day, you're saving lives and you need to celebrate the small wins, and it fills me up.
There is a current Canadian policy against animal rescuing that you are fighting. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, there's a rescue ban right now for countries that are dealing with rabies. You know, dogs in certain countries can't come into Canada or the US. The funny thing about that is that there's a rabies vaccine for a reason, right? And as long as the dog gets rabies and it's documented and they have all the records, I don't see why they aren't able to, be brought into the country.
Well, I know you're doing big things in your community, and sticking with your community, I have to ask about the retirement of Andrew Harris. So obviously, before you, Oak Park High School, yourself, Nick Dembski, him, all coming out of there and being representatives of Winnipeg and Manitoba. What did it mean to you when he retired?
Yeah, it's amazing that I'm really glad that the club did that, gave him an opportunity to come back and sign that one-day contract and retire as a Bomber. What he was able to accomplish with that organization and be a massive reason why they ended the drought and brought a Grey Cup back to the city after 29 years. He was the guy that paved the way and put a stamp on his career. He's retiring as a Blue Bomber. I'm just really happy for him.
What does it mean to you now to basically take that torch as Manitoba's own, staying in Winnipeg, playing for the Bombers?
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm very, blessed and fortunate with the opportunity that I have, and I definitely don't take it for granted. I had massive shoes to fill with Andrew, but now I just got to continue to strive for greatness and just whatever records Andrew's done, try and beat it.